this is a side tangent, but I've noticed that I am really afraid to be heard. Like, even being out here, I'm afraid to speak, from my full voice, because I'm afraid of, somebody hearing and maybe judging. But back to the main point. I was sitting up here and I just noticed over here there's a bunch of fires burning, and you can see, well, I can see here, apartments and houses and life happening, society, the world happening. And I don't know if you've ever seen those photos or videos of like a monk sitting on top of a mountain watching life happen. But that's kind of what this feels like right now. And I had a little insight that we have to sometimes broaden our perspective or step away, pull ourselves out of an experience we're having in order to gain a little perspective. Because we can get so caught up in there. We can get so caught, we can get so caught up in being there, being in our lives, in our sense of self, in our experience. We can contract our consciousness so much that all of a sudden we're just in it. We're just in the experience, and we have lost our broader perspective. We've lost our broader vantage point to view life and experience from. And we can get so caught up in the material world, in the tangible, physical, experiential world. We get so wrapped up in it, caught up in it, identified with all the things that are happening. And it's like this swirling energy where we no longer have this perspective and clarity because we're so in it. And coming up on this little mountain and taking a seat gifted me the opportunity to remember that it's so important to gain perspective and to take a step back, to take a step out of our experience, to pull ourselves out a little bit, to pull our awareness, our consciousness out just a little bit, just to see a little bit more. And usually from that place of stepping back, that is where we can receive the guidance to navigate through whatever experience we are having. That is where the clarity of the experience becomes known. And so often we contract ourselves even deeper into the experience because we're trying to figure it out. When we're trying to figure our way out of something, it's a contraction of consciousness. It's not an expansion and a broadening and a receptivity to solutions, to understanding, to clarity. So as much as we're tempted to try to figure something out or to solve a problem, the answer really is to take a step back and to actually stop and to take a break and to pause. I think we get so caught up on a wheel of thought and of energy. It's like an energetic pattern that we just, it's a pathway of energy that we just keep going down, and we make that groove deeper and deeper, and it makes it a lot harder to stop that train of energy. So the more often we can stop that train of energy and pause, come into presence and relaxation of the body, the more all will become known. And the other part to this was that I've hiked this little mountain many times, and sometimes I won't be able to stop. I won't be able to come to this place of presence within myself. I won't come to this state of being because I can't quite get myself to stop. So it's not saying that just over there is being part of and engrossed in the material world. We can also take that limited, shrunken state of perception and consciousness with us wherever we go. So I could be walking around this mountain and I could not notice or see or feel anything outside of myself. I could stay caught up within my mind. And I'm just going to take a pause because somebody is walking past. Just got to refocus. Yeah. We could go through our whole lives not seeing it, not noticing it. And I remember saying to myself a long time ago when I was feeling quite sad that it doesn't matter if I fly across the world to, change my environment to hopefully make a difference in how I feel. It doesn't matter where I go. I'll always be looking at the same sunset. And if I'm always looking at things from that same point of view, that same egocentric perspective, then I'm never going to see things differently. So we have to be willing to let go and pause. And I think I'm going to stop now because I'm probably just going to confuse things more or ramble about things that don't matter. So I hope this served you.